When I hear my own voice, I don't feel confident. Why is that, Seb, and how can I change it? That's a question that I got from someone, and I wanted to answer it here because I think there are more people that are dealing with that particular problem. My name is Sebastiaan. I'm a former social anxiety disorder sufferer, and I specialize in combining traditional psychology with energy psychology to get rid of social anxiety completely. Yes, that's possible. And today, my answer is going to involve tapping, of course, and also a perspective from traditional psychology and philosophy, and that is the power of acceptance. So when you do not feel confident about hearing your own voice, first of all, you're not alone. Lots of people that start making videos, they can't stomach it because they're like, oh, I hate seeing myself on camera. Oh, I hate hearing my own voice. So it's a common thing, and yet you can get rid of it. But what you're after is not necessarily feeling confident about your voice. It is actually accepting your voice. So you want to get rid of all the ideas about how your voice should sound. A lot of people are like, well, my voice is too soft and it should be confident and loud, right? And other people are like, my voice is too loud. It should be more controlled and relaxed. And so, the problem really is that you're having negative emotions about your voice and negative judgments. That is in the way of you accepting your voice in the easiest way, right? That's the easiest solution to getting to accept your voice. When you accept your voice, it just is your voice. You don't have any judgments about it. You don't feel bad about it. It just is the way it is. Okay? Like, I don't particularly like my voice or dislike my voice. It just is my voice. It's there. That's it. Now, how do you get to that place? Well, you might ask yourself, how do I feel about my voice? And then you'll get an answer. And that answer will either be a feeling or a thought. And that thought's likely a judgment. So you might answer to that question, well, I feel embarrassed when I hear my voice. Okay, I feel embarrassed. So that feeling of embarrassment is then a tapping target. Okay, you can focus on that, and you can tap on that, and you can neutralize that. And then you ask the question again, how do I now feel about my voice? And your answer might be, well, I hate my voice. That is then the next thing that you can tap on. Once you've cleared that, now you ask again, how do I feel about my voice? Do I accept it? No. How do I feel about my voice? Well, it sounds too soft. A judgment. Great, you tap on that judgment and you neutralize it. Because a judgment is nothing but a thought with emotion connected to it. So with tapping, you can neutralize that. And you just keep going until you are okay with your voice. Once you say, how do I feel about my voice? And you're like, neutral. That's where you want to be. Then you can test it and you can say, all right, do I accept my voice? Do I accept the way it sounds? Do I accept the way it sounds to other people? Which is just your idea of how it sounds to other people, usually. And if your answer is no to that question, well, then you have another tapping target because your follow-up question is like, why do I not accept that? Well, because fill in the blank, and then you tap on whatever that answer is. And eventually you get to the place where you're okay with your voice. Now, why I do not go into details about how you should tap on that is because it could be as simple as just tapping on like, I feel embarrassed about my voice, I feel embarrassed about my voice, I feel embarrassed about my voice, or the judgment, I should sound more confident, I should sound more confident, should sound more confident, should sound more confident. And in the easiest way, it's just that. You tap to neutralize some emotions, you tap to neutralize some judgments, and voila, you are at the place where you accept your voice, there's no problem anymore. Usually, however, this kind of lack of acceptance of a particular thing is a example, I'm looking for the right word, can't find it, is a manifestation of a deeper underlying problem with self-acceptance. So, you're talking about your voice. Other people might be like, well, I don't feel confident when I think of my belly, or I don't feel confident when I think of my nose, etc. And it actually is something that affects your self-esteem, and you're actually having a self-esteem issue, and it's not just your voice, it's just one particular thing that you're pointing to as a reason for why you're not okay with yourself, but usually there's deeper stuff underneath it. I'll give you an example. I once had a client who came to me, beautiful girl, and she's like, I feel ugly. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're gorgeous. And she's like, no, I feel ugly, and it's because of my nose. And her nose was a little bit more up, but it was cute, it fit her face. It actually made her more attractive, to me at least. Anyway, when talking to her, I didn't just use this approach, what I just gave to you, that would be a good first step, but I started asking her questions around, okay, what's going on here? And as it turned out, she had been teased by a bunch of boys and been bullied about her nose, and she got really insecure about it. All right, so this happened in her teen years when she was 13, 14, and there was a particular memory that stood out, and we cleared that memory, and then afterwards, she looked in the mirror, and she's like, my nose actually looks good. It's an unbelievable story. This is the truth. I'm not lying to you. And she felt good about her nose now. So sometimes it requires going back to a particular experience where you learn that thing that you don't like about yourself is not okay. And for this particular girl, that didn't resolve her lower self-esteem. Now all sorts of other issues started to come up, because she's like, the next session, she's like, I'm still insecure. Well, now we had to go back to her relationship with her mom, relationship with her dad in particular, in her earlier years of growing up. The dad was very critical, dad was very judgmental, kind of standoffish, and through that relationship that happened over and over and over, she started to not feel confident about herself, and that set the stage for her being so sensitive to getting teased by a bunch of boys who probably were just interested in her and teased her. It's kind of as boys do. So anyway, long story short, it is possible to get to that place. It might not always be as easy as what I've given you as a solution, but try that out and see how far you get. Now, if you want to learn how to actually get rid of the underlying issues so that you can overcome your social anxiety completely, which doesn't just happen like this. People are always looking for a quick fix. Quick fix. Give me a quick fix, Seb. That's why I don't teach so many techniques here. There is no real quick fix to a deeply rooted issue that you've had for your whole life that nothing seems to work for. There are no quick fixes like that. There are quick ways to reduce your suffering, and there are simple techniques that you use from the comfort of your own home, and you can feel better overnight. But nothing is going to resolve your long-standing social anxiety disorder in 15 minutes of tapping. It's going to require you understanding, hey, what's going on in my psychology? How am I perpetuating this problem? What am I doing to make it worse? What can I do instead to make my suffering less? How do I uncover the roots of my problem, and how do I use tapping to get rid of that? How do I make sure that I get lasting change and I don't make a little bit of change and fall back? Why is it that the social anxiety is happening? Why is it that social anxiety is happening to me? What's going on in my psychology? How is it that I can't keep myself safe around others? What kind of beliefs do I have that cause my brain to perceive threat? Why are certain people threatening to me and other people less or not at all? How come I can't, etc.? It is something that you can learn, and it is something that can get you relief quickly, but it's not going to happen overnight. So if you're willing to actually put in the work and understand what's going on with you, so that you can put in a little bit of time, effort, and energy to educate yourself and start using these techniques in the right way to liberate yourself from this problem for the rest of your life, well then go check out my 7 secrets to social confidence. You can get that by going to bit.ly/social confidence podcast. That is bit.ly/social confidence podcast. Hop and hop. See you. Have a good one. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.